Let's start off. We'll go in chronological order of the game starting. The first game of the divisional weekend. The Texans can't escape this time slot. They're addicted to it. They have to play in this time slot. It is the 4:30 Eastern Saturday kickoff. Game is in Arrowhead. The Chiefs right now are an 8-point favorite. The over-under is at 41.5 in this game. Connor, where are we going?
Well, I want to start here. Is Taylor Swift going to be there? Because that changes my whole analysis. Come on, guys. We got to know this.
That's a great question. I'm kind of ashamed that I don't know the answer.
No, it's probably better you don't. This is a stat. I literally just saw this before we hit record. The Chiefs are 13-5 against the spread in the playoffs with Patrick Mahomes. It's almost 73%. Didn't realize that. I'm sure there's been some big spreads in there. I didn't do all the research. I think a lot of this game, you can point to the Week 16 matchup. Chiefs won 27-19. It wasn't that convincing of a win. It was just one of those, we're better than you, and the game's not really in question, but it's maybe closer than it should have been. Stroud had 2 picks in that game. Texans were 1 for 3 inside the red zone. Tank Dell, big factor in that game. 100 yards and a touchdown. Nice. Obviously, he's out this week. I think that's a big blow for the Texans offense. I know C.J. Stroud looks good for 3/4 of that game against the Chargers. I don't think that C.J. Stroud is back all of a sudden. No. I'm not willing to say that C.J. Stroud is all of a sudden a top 10 quarterback this year again. And maybe he gets back there later in his career. I think he will. But this year he's been disappointing. And I think that's who he's going to be this weekend in Kansas City. Look, the Chiefs had 124 rush yards in their last matchup. I think this team is rested. This isn't a team that needs a couple weeks to heat up. You're not worried about them not playing in a couple weeks. This is a team that can come on. They're experienced. They can turn it on whenever they want to. And I think the Chiefs roll here. And I know the number one rule of the show is not to take the Chiefs as a big favorite. I'm taking the 7.5. I think this is another chalk weekend. I think the Chiefs cover here. I don't even think it's close because I don't think this Texans team is that good.
Can I share a meme?
Please.
We're kind of backtracking here. Is it okay if I share my screen, Karter? Is that going to cause an issue?
No.
You talked about the Texans not being able to escape this time slot. Is just instantly what I thought of.
If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify.
I'll read it. It says, Lil Bro wanted primetime scheduling, but ain't have primetime market share. 4:30 p.m. on a Saturday it is then, champ. Now, this is for the wild card weekend. So it'd be Sunday now. Or wait, no, they're still playing Saturday.
No, it's still Saturday.
It's still Saturday. The 4:30 p.m. on a Saturday it is then, champ. I just had to share that because every time I see that meme, oh my gosh, it's great. Yeah, I have good news for you, Connor. We're going to be on opposite sides of this game.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, this is really good for you because the number one rule of this show, anybody want to chime in?
You already said it.
Fade the Chiefs as a field goal favorite or more.
That applies in the playoffs too?
That's the thing. I don't know if it applies in the playoffs.
It does.
I don't think it does, Dylan.
Yeah.
Not against a bad team like this.
Okay. It does apply in the playoffs. I've already bet the Texans. I hate to say it. I wanted to bet against the Texans, but when you give me the Chiefs minus 7.5, I'm going to have to take the other side. Wilkerson ratings make this Chiefs minus 6.5. That means absolutely nothing at this point. It's going to be a defensive battle. Like I said, the Texans are allowing the 4th lowest rush EPA and 11th lowest drop back EPA since week 11, including their game against the Chargers. The Texans, surprisingly enough, defensively have an advantage in the air. You look at deep passing stats, long passing, just about every passing stat available through NFL Pro. It's the Texans that have the advantage. But conversely, the Chiefs defense has an advantage over the Texans pass attack. I think it's going to be a slugfest. I would lean under. Andy Reid, 21-4, coming off a bye week, which is terrifying, or coming off of a bye. I would look. This is a special. If you want to prop Cade Stover, tight ends against the Chiefs, Ohio State connection. I know you say, oh, Dalton Schultz is the guy there. I would take a look at Cade Stover. I think he's going to have a big day.
You love a
tight end. Dylan, do you think the Texans have any chance to win this game?
No.
I
don't think they win, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be. Let's just say this. This will be at the end when all this is done. This will be my favorite game of the divisional round.
Can we start a conversation real quick? Dylan, you're going to love this. Interesting stat came across my desk. C.J. Stroud outdoors so far in his career. You ready for this?
Oh, no.
5-6 straight up, passer rating of 83, only 6.5 yards per attempt. Significant drops.
California boy. I remember him traveling to Ann Arbor one year where it was all snowy and cold and was like a non-factor. That's a great point, Connor. I'm not going to argue with that.
Start a dialogue.
I'm just saying. That's a great point.
How lucky is Jared Goff? He doesn't have to play outside.
Oh my gosh, he's going to dome his way to a Super Bowl.
Let's hear it, Karter.
My confidence. I'm a broken man. My confidence is shot. I'm like Michael Kidd Gilchrist right now, trying to learn how to shoot a basketball again. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do anymore. There is a 0% chance I take a spread in this game, but I'll tell you what. The Chiefs are going in a money line parlay. I think my only bet this weekend is going to be a Chiefs and some other super square pick money line parlay. Get it to even odds and just pray. That's it. I think that's all we're going with here. We need to see one go through the hoop.
Chiefs, Eagles, Ohio State. I'll go ahead and get it for you.
There we go.
Get it to plus 115, and we're chilling. We're chilling.
Back to basics.
That's good. That's what I'm warning the people. And then come game time, I'm going to be like, Xavier Worthy's probably going to effing score in this game. And it's like, hey, Xavier Worthy, alt line, 100-plus yards, plus 1,500. You look into those stats and whatnot. But, no, I think Chiefs here, it's tough because we haven't really seen the Chiefs roll a lot this season. But last season, it was just the complete opposite. We don't know what we're going to see. There is a good chance we just see a completely different Chiefs team once these playoffs start, because we've seen it time and time again. This team can just turn it on. They can flip a switch. All of a sudden, Travis Kelce looks like prime Gronk and prime Kelce, and he's balling out, getting 10 receptions in a game for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he doesn't do it all regular season. Their weapons are back. I think they've been saving Isaiah Pacheco all season long. I know you're
just kind of wetting his beak a little bit. Here's 8 carries in this game. Here's 5 carries in this game.
I don't think anybody has gotten Chiefs playoffs games more wrong than Dylan Wilkerson in the last couple of years of doing this.
What are you talking about?
You have faded the Chiefs. You faded the Chiefs in almost every single playoff game the last 2 years we've been doing this show.
No.
I don't think that's true. There was one year I remember one year the Jags played the Chiefs, and the Jags were 7.5 point underdogs, and they last minute covered.
Was that but that Mahomes went down in that game, didn't he?
Who cares?
Was that the Browns?
Who cares? It doesn't matter if you went down or not. You're just saying I'm bad at betting against the Chiefs.
You were just rooting for injuries. That's all I heard.
Here's what.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Dylan's a root for injuries guy.
Clay, non-season ending.
Just a ding up.
Just a little ding up. Yeah. Clay Martin will be the referee for the Chiefs divisional round matchup against the Texans. Kansas City is 6-0 with the Clay Martin crew officiating.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think they're 6-0 with any ref. You could put me out there. It doesn't matter. I think Chiefs win in this game. I actually think Chiefs roll, but do not take my advice on this one. I can't hit a pick to save my life. Give me Chiefs big.
Carter, I'll support you here. We'll join in Kumbaya. I think the Chiefs absolutely blow this game open. We've seen a lot of blowouts so far in Wild Card Weekend. I think it continues here. And I do think there is a point to be made that they might have been playing a little rope-a-dope. Like, Travis Kelce, you're only going to get 5 targets this game, and Pacheco's going to get 9 carries here, and all of a sudden they just come out firing.
I think this could be a big Pacheco game. It's not out there.
I will personal guarantee not a big Pacheco game. It's going to be Kareem Hunt.
The only reason you say that is because you have Kareem Hunt in a lot of best ball drafts.
No, I have more Pacheco than I don't. I don't have more.
That's
Pacheco.
Your liability is Kareem Hunt.
I have a lot of Pacheco, and I have a lot of Samaje Perine. He's like my sleeper for the Chiefs. He's their pass catching back. But I don't think Pacheco is as healthy as people think he is. I think it's going to be more Kareem Hunt than anything. Listen, Carter, the good thing is you're on the Chiefs. I've taken the Texans. I think this game, I think the Chiefs still win. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. One of us has to be right.
One of us has to be right.
I mean, we're playing the odds game at this point. Right.
And then whoever wins after that one, our confidence is gonna skyrocket. And then we'll probably lose it in the next game that we're gonna talk about.